Good morning, YouTubes. This is Ben Du, and today is 2020, April 16th. We are going to continue discuss semi-trailer today, and today we are going to discuss one semi-trailer. Some clients call it box semi-trailer. It looks like a container on a container chassis, but it is not. It is a chassis plus a one or plus a box. Let's have a look what looks like here. This is a one semi-trailer. It looks exactly to have a container chassis at the bottom and the container on top, but it is not, because most of the client won't transport containers for the cargo carrying at all. They would prefer to have a box. Here is what it looks like. This is a steel one semi-trailer with a steel box on top of a chassis. This is another type of one semi-trailer with a side door and the rear door to make sure they have more opportunity, more options to load and unload the cargo with different positions. This is temperature keeping one trailer, and it is with thermal protection side wall here to make sure the inside is keeping the temperature not reducing or getting higher. This is another type of the one semi-trailer. This is what it looks like inside. This is one of the material they're using for the one semi-trailer with metal profile and checked plate, plywood layer, and some other material. And this is what it looks like from the behind. When you open the door, you see the one semi-trailer. It looks like this. This picture is hazy. We can find a clear picture in the future. This is how it is being SKD. SKD, we call it semi knocked down to do the transportation for saving the shipping cost. So you can assemble them when it arrives to your yard. This is what it looks like for the superstructure without the chassis. If you plus a chassis, it becomes a one semi-trailer. This is another type with a gooseneck. With a gooseneck, this trailer could be longer, up to 16 meter. This is how it looks like with a side sliding door, so you can easily load it. The current side is different type of. Okay, let's have a look more things from the computer. Okay, here is the dry one, which is a steel box, semi-trailer. You can see it has a door on the side. This is a container chassis at the bottom and a container on the top. See, it looks really thin, but it is not. We can see the corner casting here, but we cannot see the corner casting in any position of this type. It's one piece. Here is another still one semi-trailer. The red color. We can see a drawing from here. You can see they put the door in the side and the reinforce in the inside. Okay. This is how it looks like from the behind. And we put 2 doors on each side. We built this one for African market. This is how we are doing the transportation in China in the last few years. We use a very long, very wide box on top of the skeleton trailer, so they can carry more cargoes inside it. All right, after the still one box, we can see the Reefer, temperature keeping one semi-trailer. You can see it has a cooler, it has an air conditioner and a diesel engine in the front to keep the temperature inside. This is not a semi-trailer, this is a chassis with a container, with a reefer container. This is a corner casting for a container. This is a reefer container 2. It is also a one container. You can see from the behind we built for Africa. This is the hazy picture we were seeing. Those hooks are for the meat. The client is buying those type of one box to carrying the livestock body inside from the farmer to the butcher house to the market. Small picture of it. Okay, and here is another type of the one box with different material. We built a lot of them for US market. After then, they even bought a trailer factory at the US called Vanguard. Vanguard is doing very good sales in the last 2 years, I think. So at the bottom, you can see it is basically a semi-trailer with a superstructure. In the future, we are going to see more and more different type of semi-trailers with different superstructure for the different functions. The normal suspension, just with a box as a superstructure. Here's what it looks like inside. You can have different gestures, different requirement for it, for your different needs. Here are some pictures which is in use, and this is how it looks like on the road. Pretty cool. In China, not Europe. Okay, I think that would be all for today. But let's see the different. Let's see a different type of the one box. We call it curtain side. This is a curtain side. A curtain side semi-trailer is different than the one box, but it is side detachable one trailer, which is very popular at at US and Europe. This is how it looks like. It is top opening, rear opening, left and its side opening. You can have a lot of different ideas how to use this type of trailer. The reason they have the curtain side and the roof, it is to protect the bad weather of the cargo. This is another type of the one box. It is called the one type, one semi-trailer. Most of the small car factory, the auto factory, would use it to carry the pallet, to carry it for the spare parts. They can use the forklift easily to operate them from the left and the right side to do the loading and unloading. And some of them even modify it to this type of trailer to a shop or to a home. That's another purpose. This is how it looks like from the behind. This is the one box rear gate. This is the reefer container we were sewing. And this one is even special gesture we are building for a special purpose. This is how it looks like. And to see more pictures, we can go to the computer to see. Here, this is a curtain side. Let's see what the curtain side looks like. This is a curtain. You can open from the top. You can open from the rear. And you can open left and right side. Different purpose for different use. This is the lock part for the curtain side strips, like this. This is a pin. This is how it looks like inside. They have a different height to make sure they can put a different board, different plate on top of it, so it can carry different cargo, has more volume for different purpose. This is a rubber bumper to protect the car accident or something hit the rear of the car. Here is another picture without the curtain, just the frame of the curtain side. But you can see this one is not opening from the top, so the semi-trailer can be customized exactly according to our client requirement. Those posts are detachable. You can remove it when you need it. So it can be easily be a special flatbed semi-trailer, and you can pull this post and the middle structure. It would become one semi-trailer for different purpose. Here are some rules in China, or Chinese. Sorry about it. Okay, and let's have a look about the one type, the one box. This is the one type of the one box building in our factory. It is easily to load and easily to unload, and it would save a lot of time. People go from here to the front and put all the cargo from the front to the rear. You just need to push the button, the left and right side would open, and then you would have your forklift to make sure the pallet is in your forklift fork, then took it out. We have a lot of different type for different purpose using. Let's see if we have a video. No, we do not have a video. Oh, yeah, here. You can see a video. It's open and it's closing. This one is a steel type. We have a steel material type and we have aluminum one. Aluminum price is quite expensive. That's why a lot of people is trying to get the steel one. This is the product waiting for the delivery. This is how it looks like from the outside. It looks like exactly one type of semi-trailer, right? But it is not. This is when it open. You can see here we have a hydraulic cylinder at the rear and one hydraulic cylinder in the front for each of the one type. When it opens, the side wall opens. When it closes, it closes. So this is aluminum type of the one semi-trailer. The aluminum is lighter, so it is easier to operate. The steel is heavier. It is a little bit difficult, and the maintenance cost is higher in the future. This is how they load the cargo inside, so they can easily get it out. This is the lock. When you finish the loading, you can lock it in case it opens automatically during the transportation. This is one of the inside picture of the steel type of one type one box semi-trailer. You can see it is looks heavier than the aluminum type and more dangerous. Okay. All right. Let's have a look about the spare parts of those. The spare parts we are having is like this is a curtain side spare parts. We purchase it from our supplier and then we install it to our trailers after we get it. Some of them we import from Europe, some of them we buy from China. This is how it looks. It says it looks very flat. He's locking it. This is how it looks like when we install it to our trailer. Looks pretty good. And more picture. This is a spare parts of those type of curtain side and the one box. The curtain side, you can see here is the curtain side spare parts and here is the normal one semi-trailer spare parts. It's the picture, it is here. We choose different spare parts from our supplier and we design our trailer for our client and then we manufacture it for our client. Here is more details of those spare parts. Our engineer would choose those parts very carefully and try to make sure it is working for our client. This is we have the curtain hawk profile and the curtain assemble and the sliding pillar and the sideboard assemble and the Tysoner in the front, Tysoner on the top, Tysoner rod, and Palamet on the left and the right side top roof beam, and the pillar track and curtain track to make sure it is working. Here is more details for those type of spare parts. This file is basically for our engineer, and also sometimes for our client. They can choose exactly what they need. You can see more profile from here. Some one box, they also use this type of fastener and winch and some other parts like the buckles. It has a lot of different structure for different use. We can have future videos for one type of semi-trailer each to make sure all the details would be covered. See? Right. Okay, I think it is enough for today's video. Hope you guys all enjoy the video of today. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.